Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel. I'm Dalmas and this is DMTV Kenya. If you're new here, I welcome you to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of my political updates and honest analysis I'm doing here. Today, I want to talk about something that is shaking the country. Something that could decide whether President William Ruto will survive 2027 or not. There is too much heat on the ground. From Gachagua's big announcement in the USA, Raila Odinga praising Gen Z, Moses Kuria quitting government, and now the High Court slapping Ruto with a big legal blow over IPC. It all feels like a political earthquake. Let me take you through this step by step, but I might not talk about the IPC because the IPC chairman has already been sworn in, and right now they're in the office. Allow me to start with Gachagua's 2027 presidential bid, and I call this a silent earthquake. When Rigathi stood in Washington, D.C. and said that he will be on the ballot in 2027, I felt that the tremor has reached Mount Kenya. This is not just a personal ambition. It's a direct hit at President Ruto. Let me remind you that in 2022, it was Gachagua who delivered Mount Kenya to President Ruto. This guy campaigned tirelessly and gave Ruto the numbers. But right now, that same man who was behind the president is saying that in 2027, he will be on the ballot. That's not a small issue, ladies and gentlemen. This shows that there's a spirit at the center of the mountain. And this will either make President Ruto survive or fail. And the US trip was not just about meeting Kenyans abroad. I believe that Rigathi was seeking international attention, maybe even support from international. I want to tell you that that move alone sends a strong message that it's revealing that Rigathi is ready. And this could mean that Mount Kenya might divide, and that alone will shake Ruto's 2027 chances. Let me move to Raila Odinga and Gen Z. And this is another new winds that it's blowing in Kenyan politics. I watched Raila Odinga's message to the Gen Z and it caught my attention. Baba said that he's proud of the youths and Kenya belongs to them. He even said if the government is not going to listen the Gen Z, he might join them. That's deep. And if Raila starts aligning with Gen Z, I see a fresh force forming that it's going to make Ruto fail 2027. Remember, the youth now are commanding this country. Digital power, street power, and they have no fear. If Raila is smart, and we know he is, he will ride this wave and join the Gen Z. But I'm also asking myself, will Raila Odinga run again? Or is preparing to pack someone like Fred Matiang'i, Kalonzo, or even a Gen Z face? Whatever the case, I know one thing. When Raila Odinga speaks, Kenya listens. Next, let me talk about Moses Kuria, exit from Ruto's camp. Moses Kuria is a man who moves silently and strikes loud. Last week, he resigned as a senior economic advisor to Ruto. No big press conference, just a polite message saying that, thank you, Mr. President. And that has been moving the political earthquake in this country. But I don't believe that it is the full story behind Moses Kuria quitting from the government. Moses Kuria helped craft the bottom-up agenda. He was once the loudest defender of President Ruto, but after the Gen Z protests, he disappeared. Now he is out. I think Moses Kuria is planning a comeback, maybe with his own party, maybe with a new alliance. And if he teams up with Gachagua, Fred Matiang'i, Kalonzo Musyoka, that's a serious fire. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't want to talk about IPC, but let me tell you that this was big. The High Court also had cancelled President Ruto's appointments of IPC chairman Erastus and 6 commissioners. And the reason was that the president disobeyed an earlier court order that had stopped the gazettement of those people. I see this as more than a legal issue. It was a political message, and the court was reminding President Ruto that even you must follow the law. And this matters because IPC is the body that will handle 2027 elections. If the formation was in question, then the whole election process may come under fire. President Ruto's image as a law-abiding leader is now on the line. And this ruling also empowers the opposition. They can now say, if the president can't follow court orders now, what will he do 2027? The pressure is real. Everything I'm seeing tells me one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Pressure is building on President Ruto. Gachagua is campaigning quietly but boldly. Raila Odinga is aligning with the youths. Moses Kuria is out and boastfully planning something new. And the courts are now playing and more. All these that are happening, all Kenyans are watching and they are waiting 2027. The ground is not as solid as it was in 2022. I believe if Ruto is not going to change his strategy and repair trust with Mount Kenya and also calm the Gen Z storm, 2027 won't be easy. My final take in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I also call it Dalmas's view. As I look at all these moves, I see a new game starting. Gachagua's declaration, Raila's shift, Moses Kuria's exit, and the court's boldness, they all tell me that a political earthquake is coming and it's not far. Ladies and gentlemen, will President Ruto survive 2027? To me, I'm not sure. And a few months ago, I would say yes, but now the picture imepoteza ile mtazamo wake, inakuanga inafutia ndio uiangalie vizuri. What's clear is that 2027 will not be business as usual. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I want to hear from you. Do you believe Rigathi Gachagua will go all the way? Will Raila Odinga join Gen Z on the streets? Will Kuria become become the kingmaker? Drop your thoughts in the comments section and don't forget to subscribe, like this video and share this video. This is DMTV Kenya, where I say things the way they are on the ground. Asante sana and have a lovely evening.